everybody, my name is Brodos and welcome to 5 tips that will help you achieve legend rank. A lot of people get legend every season, but for a newcomer, for a new player, it's very difficult. You have to grind a lot, you have to have the best decks, and overall it's quite a difficult task. So we're gonna go over 5 tips on how to get legend. Tip number 1, don't alt tab from the game. I know Hearthstone is not always the most interactive game, but if you constantly keep exiting from the game to watch videos, chat, or read something, you will not concentrate as much on the game as you should. You need to be focused on the game, and while you're playing, alt tabbing is just playing against you. You need to focus on what your opponent has. You need to predict, and just not being fully concentrated on the game makes you lose your game style, makes you play differently, because you can think, okay, I will have to play this one until fatigue, but all of a sudden you alt tab, you return into the game, and you see a play, you just play it, and you forget about your play style. So don't alt tab from the game. Tip number 2 to help you achieve legend rank is don't swap decks. Once you start the season, you have to decide, okay, I'm gonna go with, let's say, Jade Shaman, since that is one of the most played decks in the current meta. Once you decide, don't change the deck. It's very important that you master the deck. You know what you're good against, you know what you're bad against, and while playing the same deck, you will learn better mulligans, better techniques, what you have to play around, and what the perfect playstyle for the deck is. So don't swap decks. Once you start, don't change it. That brings us to tip number 3, deck in cards. Since you will be playing the same deck the whole time, you want to have the best list of the deck for the meta. And a very big part here is putting in a little bit of your own sauce. You really don't want to have the exact same list as all the other people on the ladder, because your opponents will know what to expect. You have to take in some cards that are good for you, and this will help you with 2 things. It will keep the game very fun and interactive for you, which is very important in a game like Hearthstone. And as a second tip, it will make your opponents confused, puzzled, and they will not know what to expect and how to react in order to play around your deck. Take in cards that you find useful and cut the cards that just didn't perform too well for you. Tip number 4 that will help you achieve legend rank is have a nice thought process. Just to give an example, if you're playing, as we said earlier, a Jade Shaman, and let's say your opponent is a Reno Warlock, you are on turn 3, you don't want to play all your minions that have less than 3 HP, because Hellfire just removes all of that. So you always want to think of what is the card that counters me the most and play around that. Usually that's board removal, but also big minions. So sometimes keeping big removal is good, because that is the only way you can lose. In general, predicting what your opponent has to play significantly increases your win rate. Last tip, tip number 5, I would just recommend that you don't go on big laddering sprees, because if you play ladder for a few hours, you will just always even up. From a huge win streak, you will go to a huge lose streak. A lot of people think that, okay, if you are losing 3 games in a row, you should stop. Maybe here is where the deck swapping is very significant. Don't change your deck. If something, you need to put in some other cards, some tech choices. But it's very important that even if you're winning, if you're on a win streak, like let's say you won 4 games in a row, take 5 minutes after the game, chill a little bit, think about some plays that you could have done differently. And also, especially for the games you have lost, you want to calm down after every game, think a little bit about the mistakes you have done and what you could have done differently. This will help you not make those mistakes again, and definitely achieve that legend rank easier. Thank you all so much for watching. As always, my name is Brodos. This has been 5 tips that can help you achieve legend rank in Hearthstone, and until the next time, bye bye.